There was a version of you who believed, the version that stayed up late planning a better future, the version that looked in the mirror and said, "Tomorrow, everything changes." You promised you'd wake up early. You promised you'd train harder. You promised you'd stop wasting time. You promised you'd finally become the man you knew you could be. But somewhere along the way, comfort got louder than commitment. Excuses became easier than action. And those promises became forgotten words. Listen to me. The most painful betrayal isn't when someone else lies to you. It's when you lie to yourself. Because every promise you break chips away at something invisible. Your self-respect. Your confidence. Your identity. Imagine a soldier who repeatedly abandons his post. The first time, he tells himself it won't matter. The second time becomes easier. The third time becomes a habit. Soon, no one trusts him. Not even himself. That's exactly what happens every time you break your own word. You stop believing yourself. You say you'll start on Monday. Then Monday comes, and Monday leaves. You say you'll wake up at 6. The alarm rings. You negotiate. 5 more minutes. Those 5 minutes become an hour. Then another broken promise. Understand this. Your future isn't listening to what you say. It's watching what you repeatedly do. A blacksmith doesn't forge a sword with one powerful strike. He strikes the steel again, and again, and again. Every swing strengthens the blade. Your character is forged the same way. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, even a small one, you strengthen your identity. One workout, one early morning, one finished task, one difficult conversation. Brick by brick, you become someone you can trust. Think about a bridge stretching across a deep canyon. Every promise you keep adds another steel cable. Every broken promise removes one. Eventually, you either create a bridge strong enough to carry your dreams, or one that collapses under the smallest amount of pressure. The choice is made daily, not yearly. Daily. A lion doesn't wake up wondering whether it feels like hunting. It hunts because survival demands action. Discipline isn't built on feelings. It's built on standards. You have been waiting for motivation. Waiting to feel ready. Waiting for the perfect mood. But purpose doesn't wait for emotion. It demands obedience. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. The wind pushes against you. Rain blinds your vision. Every step feels heavier than the last. Most people stop walking. But not because the destination disappeared. Because discomfort convinced them to quit. That's what happens every time life becomes difficult. You start negotiating with your promises. Instead, walk anyway. Keep moving. Because storms always end. Quitters never arrive. There is a reason elite athletes repeat the same boring drills every single day. Champions aren't created by extraordinary moments. They're created by ordinary promises kept consistently. The workout nobody applauds. The meal nobody notices. The study session nobody posts online. Greatness is hidden inside repetition, not celebration. Picture a farmer planting seeds. He doesn't dig them up every morning to check if they're growing. He waters them, protects them, trusts the process. Keeping promises to yourself works the same way. You won't feel different after one day. Maybe not after 1 week. But months later, you'll look back and realize you became someone entirely new. Because consistency changes identity, not motivation. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack up a mountain. Every excuse you make adds another stone. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too tired. I deserve a break. Soon, the weight becomes unbearable. Now imagine removing one stone every time you honor your word. Step after step, the climb becomes lighter. Not because the mountain changed, because you did. Most people think confidence comes first. They're wrong. Confidence follows evidence. Every promise you honor gives your brain another piece of evidence. I finish what I start. I do what I say. I can rely on myself. That's real confidence. Not empty affirmations. Proven actions. One day you'll face the biggest challenge of your life. Nobody knows when it will come. Loss. Failure. Pressure. Responsibility. When that day arrives, you won't rise to your wishes. You'll fall back on your habits. If your habit is breaking promises, pressure will expose it. If your habit is honoring your word, pressure will reveal your strength. Fire reveals the quality of steel. Adversity reveals the quality of character. Ask yourself something. If your younger self could watch your daily actions, would he believe you became the man you promised you'd become? Would he feel proud or disappointed? That question should stay with you, because somewhere inside, that younger version is still waiting, still believing, still hoping you keep your word. The world is filled with people making promises. Very few honor them. Be different. Become the man whose actions speak louder than his intentions. The man who doesn't need to announce his goals, because his discipline introduces him before he ever speaks. Remember this. Every promise you honor today becomes another reason to believe in yourself tomorrow. Every promise you break becomes another excuse to quit. Your identity is being written right now. Not by your dreams, not by your words, by your decisions. So stop chasing motivation. Stop negotiating with comfort. Stop making promises you don't intend to keep. Start becoming the man who follows through. The man who gets up when he said he would. The man who trains when he said he would. The man who keeps moving when nobody is watching. Because that's the man who wins. Not overnight. Not by luck. But by becoming someone whose word is stronger than his excuses. Honor the promises you made, especially the ones nobody else knows about. Because those are the promises that build the life everyone else will eventually see. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. My word is my bond, so that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will honor every promise you make, build unshakable discipline, and become a man who always follows through.